Give me Aaron Rodgers as my number one villain pick.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude.
He's literally my next pick.
Oh,
He was my next villain. Are you kidding me? Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. Make sure to
Like
comment.
and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. Keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to BachMakers presented by Good Time Media. I'm Wyatt. That's Michael. That's Lizzie. That's Charlotte. And today we are joined by Bracketology's own Jonah. Welcome back to the show. I think it's like your maybe third appearance?
I think 3, yeah. Appreciate it. Glad to be back.
Happy to have you. Today we are doing something kind of different than what we normally do. We're doing a little fantasy paradise, dream paradise cast draft, however you want to describe it. We will be drafting across the board our dream ideal paradise season. So we have categories. We have heroes, which is basically like a main character, villains, couples, goldens, which is obviously new this season, and then a twist that we are going to add to the season. Before we get into the draft, Jonah, we got to address something with you. You are
Please.
very pro and outspoken about being pro Goldens on the beach. Do you want to unpack that take a little bit? And where are you coming from? Where are you feeling headed into this paradise season?
I would say that I'm intrigued about the relationship and how they're going to interact. I loved both Golden seasons, so more Golden time for me sounds great. Bachelor in Paradise also is my favorite of the Bachelor franchise shows. So I didn't really understand all the hate that's coming toward the idea. I think it would make for some great TV. I think there's going to be some mentorship opportunities for actually the younger people to show the Goldens how it's done on the beach. And I don't think it's going to happen, but a little romantic crossover between the two, I think, would be spicy. So I don't. Maybe you could defend the other side here because I just haven't understood the hate coming from that end.
Do you,
I think
You wanna go?
I think the hate coming from that end is like the whole creepiness side of it, with the juxtaposition of like you've got a lot of 20-something-year-old hot single ladies on the beach in bikinis, and then you got some old people that are going to be having alcohol, and it may just get a little creepy, like in that sense. Now, I think all the guys in the Golden franchise are great guys. Well, for the most part, obviously there were some restraining orders. I'm sure those guys won't be on the beach, but for the most part, they're good guys. So I don't think it's gonna get like that weird. But I think that's the scare, and I think the whole spiciness of inter Golden and not Golden relationship. I think that's the last thing it needs, to be honest. I think that would not go over well with Bachelor Nation, to be
I
honest.
think you're probably right. It's not very Bachelor Nation esque,
Yeah.
but as a reality TV fan, I mean, I still haven't watched a full season of it, but I was watching clips of I think it was a TLC show, MILF Manor.
oh,
You
yeah.
guys, are you
Yeah,
familiar with
yeah.
it? Like
Familiar
that,
with its work, yeah.
Seen the Cody Coat.
I think I
show.
agree that Bachelor Nation doesn't need that, but if it happened a little bit, it'd be interesting. Just
Yeah.
give me all the drama.
Yeah, no,
Different
I'm
cast.
on the boat where if they're gonna do it, go all in and fully intermingle. I think I come from the perspective of protect the Goldens, and the Goldens in our head are like these perfect little angels that have their own little bubble in Bachelor Nation. Let's
Yeah.
not put them on Paradise, which is like the lowest tier, raunchy level Bachelor world, which is great, and I love them both separately for what they do on their own, but together, I just don't want them to corrupt our little golden gals and grandpas. That's
So
what I'm worried about.
if they're separate and they're kind of doing their own thing and maybe just coming together for like cocktail hours, that's cool in your book.
Maybe,
There's
but
a lot of
and then
storylines.
there's so many people that I feel like we're not
There's a
going
lot
to
of
get a
people.
bunch of storylines. But
That's also true.
anyways, we'll see what happens. We don't quite know how it's going to work, but let's get into the draft. So how it works is we'll all draft 2 heroes, 2 villains, 2 couples, 2 Goldens, and a twist. I also told Jonah and Michael and I also are using our weird brains today. This is not only Bachelor people, not only Bachelor Nation people. I got a little bit weird. Michael got a little bit weird. Jonah, I feel like you probably got a little bit weird. Girls, I feel like you went a little more straight and narrow, but I think we need that. So I don't know. Where was your game plan heading into this draft before we get started, and I'll randomize draft order while
Okay.
you explain your strategy.
So Charlotte and I like kind of had different opinions for it.
Shocking.
I wanted the weird. I wanted to do weird outside of Bachelor Nation. She wanted to do strictly like Bachelor Nation people.
Or
So
Bachelor
we just
Nation
have
adjacent people.
adjacent.
Wait, what does adjacent mean? Just reality
Like
TV?
reality TV.
No, like people that weren't on the show, but like were a part of like the Bachelor Nation.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
relatives?
Yeah.
So we have that. So ours is like a mix of kind of both.
Okay.
Interesting.
I'm interested to see where we
Yeah.
go here. I'm interested to see who got the
Yeah.
weirdest. I'm gonna
Should we
randomize.
do the ring ceremony?
Oh yeah, well, ring ceremony. I'm gonna generate a draft order. Michael has received his ring for winning the last season of the Rose Bowl. So
Hey, would you like to put it on me?
yeah, I
Thank
can.
you. Yeah, thank you. There we
So
go.
by the power vested in me in the state of Indiana and all of Bachelor Nation, I would like to award the winner of the 2025 Rose Bowl to Michael and Bailey's Beauties.
Very well done.
I do.
Good job.
Congratulations.
He does.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, just shout out the squad. You know, we put in the work every single week. You know, follow the plan, you know, and executed. And that's the biggest thing. Next man up mentality, next woman up mentality, the Patriot way. And that's how we do it.
Okay.
And that's how why we get rings. So
Okay. Congrats. It's the only ring you're ever gonna win. Why? It's
this is the third championship I've won, by the way. Which
only
is the,
only ring.
okay, I'm just saying.
Now that I know
you have
there's
two,
rings on
so.
the table, I'm gonna come back stronger. All right, draft order goes. Girls, you have the first pick. It'll be a snake draft. So girls, then me, then Jonah, then Michael,
All right.
and it'll wrap back around Jonah, me, the girls. So
Great.
without further ado, we're gonna go
Back.
category by category. So we can start with heroes. Girls, who are you taking as your first hero?
Do you want to take
Charlotte,
the
do you wanna-
honors? You got it.
Okay. So our first hero on the beach, Dylan Efron.
Oh,
Good
good choice.
I mean, he is happily in a relationship, so I think we should mention that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I know. Like a lot of the ones that we've
by the
mentioned
way.
are in relationships
go.
and or married.
Doesn't
but we
matter.
just think he would be a good, yeah.
Getting on that beach and gonna be excited about it.
Okay, so the girls hate love and they want to break up couples. Good start.
Fair.
No, that's Michael.
Great start to
what? I picked nobody that's in relationships.
Actually, I can't talk too much because the hero I'm about to pick is definitely very much in a relationship. So I'm going to backtrack what I just said.
Same.
All right. So the hero I'm going to take, similar universe. This is about as real as I'm going to get on my list. My hero for the Paradise Draft is someone who you might not think of as a hero.
Oh no.
Someone who Charlotte definitely doesn't see as a hero, but he's a hero on this couch right here. I'm taking Tom Sandoval as my hero for the beach. Tom is going to win over the hearts of everybody again, just like he did on Traders.
That's my top pick.
Please.
That's my top pick.
That's 1-1. That's a 1-1. I'm glad I got him. That's the only one I was worried about being stolen from me. So
yeah, he wasn't getting back to you.
yeah, there's no way. There's no way. I knew I had to pick ahead of Michael, but happy to have Tom on the squad as a hero, not a villain, not a traitor either, because he'd be a terrible traitor.
That's a great
Jonah, Jonah, you are on the board with your hero.
Okay, stellar. I don't know when I'm going to get very real in this, but I've got some good heroes to. This is Bachelor Nation adjacent, I would say, and also kind of falls into the golden category. But I'm putting him in my hero category. Long live Gabby Windy's Grandpa John. He is my hero for the first round. It's very topical with the Goldens on the beach. Love that man. We haven't talked about him enough in recent times. Get him back on our screens. Grandpa John is my first round draft pick.
I like that pick. Any idea how old he is at this point?
He's probably pushing 85. Maybe.
Are we
maybe
worried about
more.
the beach conditions for him?
You know, I didn't consider that. Maybe a little bit, but he seemed like he was in pretty good health.
Okay.
What was that, 3 years ago during the season? So hopefully his health is maintained, and we'll give him a nice little vacation.
Yeah, give him a little cabana, let him sit in the shade, and he'll be all
Pina
right. I like that.
colada.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, Wyatt definitely stole the top guy from my big board.
Come on.
That's for real. But I did just You gave me a good idea, Jonah, with just taking a golden as a hero because I didn't really think about that. But since they're half the people on the beach, might as well. So I'm gonna use my top golden from my big board and just take him here, hero, to make sure he doesn't get picked. Give me Danny DeVito on the beach, the hero. Get him out of the Jersey Mike's commercials and get him in some swim trunks. Get him talking to some shawties.
Is he not married?
I don't know. I think he was in a relation. I think I looked this up, and it looks like they were not divorced, but like they separated, and like.
Oh, we have a producer in the studio. You want to look it up if Danny DeVito is?
I don't think he's currently
in a relationship.
Engaged.
We'll find out because I also don't know how.
But hey,
old
all
he
of
is.
your people were in relationships.
Yeah, but not married. Tom Sandoval isn't married, and we know that.
Grandpa John, I think, is single. I think Grandpa John is single, from what I remember from Bachelor season 19.
And also, Tom Sandoval being in a relationship actually means nothing. So, like, genuinely, he's as single as he possibly could be at this point. So, I'm okay with that pick.
So I get back picks now.
He's legally married,
but has been living separately.
Separately for the last 12 years.
He's been getting
so,
after it.
Live together,
Probably.
They consider themselves a family.
Oh, okay.
So they're cordial.
Right.
They're cordial.
Yeah, they're cordial. It's
not...
complicated, but he can go on the beach. Allowed.
He's definitely more single than Tom Sandoval.
Fair enough. All right, second pick.
My second pick, a hero that I think deserves a little beach vacation, just got out of kind of a trap, and I'm gonna go with Gemma from Severance.
What a pick!
I haven't watched Severance.
So yeah, if you haven't watched Severance or you haven't watched season 2, it's kind of a huge spoiler actually that I just said that. Okay. So you didn't hear that. You have a lot of watching to do. Okay. But Gemma from Severance, she just got out of Lumen. Plug your ears if you don't want to hear. She needs a little beach vacation, and her I guess husband kind of left her, but it wasn't her husband. And so she kind of needs to get a rebound on the beach, and she's hot, so get her on the beach.
All right,
that's a phenomenal pick. I'm almost upset that you just did that because you're stealing a little bit of my thunder here. But my next hero that I saved on the snake on the rebound because I was like, I'm definitely going to be able to pick a Severance guy on the way back. No one's going to pick a Severance person. That was a bad move. But I'm also going Severance here. I'm going Irving B. The version. Similar. I mean, you don't really know what's going on with him and Bert, but let's get this man outside. Let's get him exposed to some other love interests. Also kind of falls into the golden category. And now Irving B. and are you doing the Miss Casey version of Gemma?
No, the Gemma.
You're doing the Gemma version. Okay, so
the
they
one
won't
that's been locked up. The one that
they won't. Oh, the Innie. Gotcha. Okay.
No, the real Gemma.
Real Gemma. That's got it. Okay, no Severance spoilers. I'm not.
I have no idea what you're just talking about. So, like, this is going way over my head.
We're on the same page. Watch the show. Great show.
Okay.
Anywho, Irving B. I feel good about Grandpa John and Irving B. as my heroes team to kick off. Yeah, 2 Goldens as well. I like old people.
I think I like those picks. Yeah, clip that. And I think I like those picks. I don't know, but I like how we're getting a little weird here. So I'm also going to stay out of Bachelor Nation for my hero pick. I'm gonna pick someone. I'm thinking hero in terms of like the greatest sense of a hero. Not even just a love main character who's gonna find love on the beach. I want someone who's comfortable being a leading man, who's comfortable in the sand, which is huge. Like, got to be able to navigate the sand well. And someone who can carry a season and carry a franchise. So my pick for my other hero is Paul Atreides from the Dune franchise. Lisan Al-Gaib, portrayed by Timothée Chalamet. He's great on the beach, understands how the sand works. So I really think he could carry a season of Paradise. So I'm taking Paul Atreides as my hero for Bachelor in Paradise.
Is he just gonna be doing that little sand dance that they do?
Yeah.
Little 1-2 hop step.
Yeah, imagine that, dude. Imagine new singles walk on the beach and he's just riding sandworms out there.
I don't know. That might be a turnoff. That might be an ick. I'll bet some girls like that's an ick.
Cat Izzo's gonna be like, that's an ick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking Paul Atreides. I feel good about that pick. Girls, who do you got for your other hero?
Our second hero, lovely guy. on my top 6 men list Connor Wood, because he's funny, he's charismatic. Everyone will love him. Everyone will want to see more of him. He's great. All the ladies are going to be fighting for him. And he's going to be a good guy about it.
Okay. Well, question about him. He was known as like what, Fibula for a while?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was
Yeah.
that? How'd that come about? Any
I think that's
origin
his
story?
handle.
But like why?
That's
Do you
a
know?
body part, right? Isn't
Fibula is like your
knee or
A bone?
it's a I think it's
like
a leg.
the tibula and fibula.
I think it's a leg bone.
Yeah.
We'll have to get
I
him
don't
on
really
the
know how
podcast
it
to
came
ask.
about. Yes, if we get him on the podcast.
Okay, we'll ask him. That'll be the first question we ask him when he comes
Oh,
on the
wait for
pod. For
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
He's gonna steal a lot of beach
all the
attention.
bones.
People love him.
He's a
Oh,
great
I love him.
Yeah, he's very engaging.
top 6 man on my list.
I have a prophet.
I have a video.
I have a
from
literal
him.
prophet on my team, so I'm not worried about Connor Wood. Okay, thousands of years.
I don't know, man.
Thousands.
This dude is pretty well liked. Good
Connor was
guy.
really great. There's like rumors he's going to be on Summer House. It's like crazy. Why would he
Well,
be there?
I have a video from him that my friend got when I was in the hospital because
Aw.
I was supposed to go to his comedy show.
Oh hell,
Um,
hell yeah, good guy,
yeah.
Connor Wood.
Yeah.
Great
So she sent me
guy.
it, and
Get
she
him
was
on
like,
that
"I have a
beach.
surprise. Yes, please get him on the beach."
All right, who's your? We're moving on to villains now. Girls, you are back up. Who is your villain for the beach?
Our first one was
Shirley, you want me to say the first one?
Mhm.
Okay. So our first villain on the beach, Michael.
Oh, wow! I didn't think one of us was gonna get drafted.
So I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted by that. I'm gonna lean flattered. But it is probably it has free real estate in my mind.
Yeah,
So
I do want to say he was on my big board. I don't know
for
if he'd
this
be drafted.
for this one,
Yeah.
for villain,
Yeah, you were top 5. You were on my big board. I wasn't gonna. I
So
probably wasn't gonna
villain
draft him.
coded.
I just feel like
So-
Michael would be a good villain. Like he would get the villain
They're
edit.
so villainous.
What?
Yeah, you
It's
get
gonna
the villain edit.
happen.
I would ask no because
You
I
would get the villain edit.
nah. I'd move around.
Nah,
I'd move
And
around.
based on your tendencies of drafting the girls girls or guys that become villains,
Yeah.
I just
I can
Also,
see it.
ABC
because I'm
going to
not
give you the
toxic.
villain.
I know what toxic looks like because I'm not. Because I'm a good guy.
Okay, but who controls the narrative? ABC. Who doesn't like us?
Who controls ABC? Me.
Puppet mastermind.
Me.
All right, Michael's the first villain off the board. That's
I'll take it.
wild.
I'll take it.
All right, back
won't
to
pick.
me. My first villain. This is more of an abstract idea, but it's kind of a choose your own adventure pick for the villain. But my pick for my first villain for the beach is the worst person you know from high school. So I want everyone to like close your eyes for a little bit.
Oh, so you're the second pick.
Picture. I was just about to make that joke
Good
about you. Be like,
one.
even though he just got drafted. Anyways, close your eyes. Picture the worst person you remember from high school, and then imagine them getting screen time and dating hot people on the beach, and how mad that would make you.
I kind of want to know like who do you have in mind?
I have a few
'Cause we
people
did
in
went
mind.
to-
We can talk after.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my villain. I think that would just make me very angry to see that happen. So it's my personal villain is the worst person you know from high school.
Fair.
That's a good one. All right, I'm sticking in the Bachelor Nation realm here. Relatives, excuse me, of Bachelor Nation adjacent. Give me Aaron Rodgers as my number one villain pick.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up.
Dude.
He's literally my next pick.
Well,
He was my next villain. Are you kidding me?
Gotta do it. Sorry, brother. You should have
Damn
gone.
it.
You didn't want to save the worst person you know from high school for the turn.
Oh,
that's bad.
that's
drafting.
actually insane that got stolen. But you can, sorry, it's your draft pick. You can.
I mean,
explain.
he's a villain in every sense of the word. As a diehard Bears fan, he owned my team the entirety of his time playing for the Green Bay Packers. He also has a brother in Bachelor Nation, and he could use another shot at love. And also, if brother and JoJo make an appearance too, and I'd love to see the family dynamic there, and maybe it'll mend some fences. So Aaron Rodgers is my first villain pick.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers notably hates his mom. That's not a cool thing to do.
No.
And yeah, that was my only other villain on my board. So like, there's no way someone else takes Aaron Rodgers. So I have some brainstorming to do right now.
I mean,
But-
I definitely feel like you should have taken that first. because
I just
the other
didn't
one-
think anyone. I forgot Jonah's the Bears guy, and he would
You
also.
knew I wasn't drafting him.
I
That's
knew
what-
you
yeah,
weren't taking
yeah.
him, and I knew the girls definitely
Yeah.
weren't taking Aaron Rodgers. I forgot about the wild card of Jonah, and that's on me.
Forgot
That's
about
bad
the guy
drafting.
that's a Bears fan. That's also in the same division as the Vikings and Packers. Nice.
Yeah, no, that's on me. Michael,
Smart.
villain picks. Who you got?
Well, I'm staying sports here. We haven't done this sport yet. This is the only other sport that's I guess relevant really. And that's basketball. I'm gonna go with the villain of the NBA, Draymond Green, baby, a fellow podcaster.
Yep.
Lesser
colleague,
lesser known.
some would
yeah,
say.
Yeah, a colleague or maybe an enemy.
Yeah.
But he's a villain of the NBA. He's just hits people's nuts and just fouls and is annoying and talks. He sucks, but he honestly makes for good TV and good content. So get him on the beach. I think he's single. He probably is. Just
I
based
feel
off-
like he's not.
I feel like he is.
We can in this fantasy land we can imagine he is, but I like that pick. Who's your next one?
My next one is season 1 and season 2 of Jax from Vanderpump Rules. As been watching it for the past couple weeks. He is crazy. He's just a compulsive liar, and that makes for great TV. So yeah, he would absolutely stir some shit up on the beach, and so give me prime Jax.
Okay.
That's
Prime.
such a good pick.
Prime has to be mentioned.
Prime,
Yeah,
Jax.
prime,
Jax.
because I think he's turned it around. He has a podcast now too. He's also a fellow colleague. He's got a podcast now.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he's like a good guy now.
I think
But
he's turned around.
I think he's a good guy now. He's like married, right? And he's like, yeah.
No, him and Brittany are not together.
No?
Oh my gosh, no.
Well, he has a podcast at least, so he's got to be somewhat of a good guy, right?
I think Brittany's like filing for like full custody of their son. Like,
Okay,
I don't
well-
think it's peachy.
Maybe that's up for interpretation of whether he's a good guy now. But we can all agree that he was a villain and chaotic the first 2 seasons.
Best villain, better than Tom Sandoval, number 1 guy of the
Well,
group.
Tom Sandoval's a hero.
Tom- yeah,
We
Tom's
already
a hero.
established that. Already established that.
Charlotte. So back off. All right. So you have Draymond and Jax.
Yep.
Prime Jax from Vanderpump. Jonah, your next villain.
All right, I'm gonna go. She's fresh off a crypto rug pull. I'm going the Hawk Tua girl, Haley Welch.
Oh,
Damn it, that's a great
hero.
pick.
Great pick.
Thank you.
She'd be
Yeah,
good at the beach.
she went underground after the. Did you guys listen to her Twitter live space talking about her crypto meme coin?
The
And
one
someone
before,
brought up,
yeah.
before she went dark.
Yeah.
I could listen to her say, anywho, gotta go, and then just disappear into nowhere, just on repeat. Give her a redemption opportunity. I think she is happily in a relationship with quote unquote Pookie, but put her on the beach. Let's get some more screen time for Hawk Tua girl.
Hawk 2 on the beach would be incredible.
It would be
I
great.
like it.
That's awesome. All right, so I had to brainstorm a little bit. I'm gonna stay on track with my other villain. So my first villain was the worst person you know from high school, and usually this person is related to my next villain, but the villain I'm gonna choose now is going to be in the golden side of things, but it's the quote unquote cool parent from high school, the one who would allow all the basement parties and feed alcohol to minors, which again is a very weird thing to do, and who's trying to relive their high school days. That's the worst parent of all time and the most annoying person now. Maybe when you're 14, 15, you think it's oh, this dude's cool. This is a cool mom. It's no, that's a little weird that they're just supplying that stuff for minors down in their basement. And imagine that person on a beach surrounded by younger hot singles. That's where you get the creepy golden aspects of it. So I'm taking the cool parent from high school as my other villain.
Okay.
All right, now we're on to the girls. We need your other villain pick.
Yes, we started off really strong, obviously, with our first villain pick, but
Already forgot it.
our second,
It was you.
Yeah, you started out really strong.
our second villain pick is Barb, Pilot Pete's mom.
Yeah.
She's perfect. I want her on the beach.
Michael, you were drafted ahead of Barb in the villain category.
Honored to say the least.
That's crazy.
I honestly thought we were gonna go the other way around.
take Barb first, but
But you thought Michael was going to come off the board. that I
I
should
didn't.
draft
I
myself.
I honestly forgot it was like a draft, and you could like take someone someone else is gonna say. Like I thought we were all just like,
Yeah.
I can't believe Aaron Rodgers was taken. I'm still we went back-to-back Stephens picks, and then you stole an NFC North quarterback from me.
oh,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
you guys are just like twin flames.
You know it.
Yeah, just tortured fans, basically.
Totally.
All right, girls, you get a couple now. Who's your couple? This is where I think could get a little fun.
Okay, our first couple. I feel really good about this one. I hope no one else has it, or I don't care if you do because we're going first. Okay, our first one is Chapel Roan with Maddie Pruitt's husband.
Wait, who's Maddie?
Oh,
Oh, Maddie Pruitt's husband's like the super like.
yep. Oh man, that is.
I was gonna say, wait, Chapel Roan's gay, right? Wait, that's
Oh my
that's hilarious.
gosh,
that's
that-
a great dynamic right there.
That's
That's
well
an
done.
unbelievable pick.
That's
an
well done.
unbelievable.
They can learn from each other.
That
Wow.
totally different ideas where I went with couple.
Yeah, no,
Man.
that's a great pick, and I can only tip
Yin
the
and
cap
yang.
and applaud.
Yin and yang.
Yeah, no, but I see it working together. So, all right, my first couple, I'm gonna go with. I have one Bachelor Nation member and then one non-Bachelor Nation member. So I have Rachel Recchia, former Bachelorette. We love her. She's been on the beach before. She knows what she's doing. And then I have a guy named Kevin Miles. Does anyone know who Kevin Miles is?
Does he play for the Vikings or something?
No.
Does not play for the Kevin Miles, aka Jake from State Farm. So the actor
okay.
who plays Jake from State Farm is 33 years old. Rachel's 29. And guess what? They both grew up in the Chicago area and have both transitioned into the entertainment world now. So they have a lot in common. I think Jake from State Farm has been in front of a camera. I think he would relish the opportunity to become Kevin and be his true self in front of a camera rather than play the persona of Jake from State Farm. I bet he's jacked under that red polo. So I think he would look good on the beach. I think they would be good together. So I'm going Jake from State Farm, aka Kevin Miles, and Rachel Recchia as my couple.
It's a good pick. It's a good pick.
I like that pick.
This one I did some real of existing couples and then some of what the route you guys took. My real existing couple that we haven't seen in a while. I would love to. This is wholesome. I would love to see Abigail and Noah back on the beach to solidify their love story. And we haven't seen what they're doing. I think they're both lovely people, and would like to see more of them. So a little cameo from them would be great to see.
That does
They're
feel like.
lovely. I met them.
Oh, really?
At the
Oh.
Harry Styles concert. Yeah, I literally saying to my friend, I was saying to my friend, oh my gosh, like this Bachelor Nation couple that I love is here. And then she was like, look, wait, those people look famous. And then it was them. And we had masks on. I don't think Abigail could hear me. It was awesome. Then we took a picture.
That's all that matters. You got a photo.
Yeah. We'll put the photo in
Photo.
right
Yeah.
Photo.
now.
Good editing.
Lovely people. I hope they show up. That feels like a potential. They always bring back a couple to like mentor the other couples. That feels like one they will probably bring back.
Part of me wants to take Joey and Kelsey here, but I'm not going to.
Don't
Okay.
even.
But I am going to go real couple here first. The first time actually drafting a Bachelor Nation people and drafting people that are actually going to be on this beach or that we think. And I think people are shipping this couple a little bit too much, and maybe this is added fuel to the fire. But I don't care. I think they'd be great together, and that's Jonathan and Alex. Alex with the E at the end, obviously. They're both funny people. I think they'd vibe together well, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on them to be a couple, so that might, make things not work. I don't know, but they're both hot people. They could figure it out. So
I feel like proportionally size wise they work too.
yeah, like he's
He's a medium king.
medium king, and
she's shorter on the shorter side. So it's
actually, she could be sneaky tall. She seems sneaky
I
tall.
don't know. It feels like a proportionally accurate couple in my mind. So just a weird way to describe a couple, but I like
Yeah.
the pick.
Yeah.
Who else you got?
My second pick. Spoilers for season 3 of White Lotus if you haven't seen it.
Seen it.
So this is a little spoiler warning. Chelsea and Rick from White Lotus season 3.
Good pick.
Obviously they died. Again, spoiler.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Big
But
spoiler.
bring him back to life, and have him on the beach again. Give him another chance at a little vacation to see if they can, I don't know, maybe get the relationship back to good and be alive again. But also, Rick would have a good time with Wells at the bar, just drinking nonstop.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
True.
I think that's the first dead people drafted. As far as I don't know Severance spoilers, so I don't know if either of those two are dead, but I like you thinking outside the box of the living. So good pick. Jonah, next
All right,
couple,
I'm
who
back.
you got?
You guys ever watch Entourage?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. I am going Sloane from Entourage, Emmanuel Shrieky, and me.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say put me.
Yeah,
That's
me.
a great pick. Oh,
Good
Manuel,
pick.
this is me shooting my shot. I don't know if she's single or not, but that is my number one crush. And if there's any opportunity, I think love would spark on the Bachelor in Paradise Beach.
Jonah, I have this argument. One of my roommates, so like we've been rewatching Entourage, kind of. He has the take that Ari's wife is ranked higher in attractiveness over Sloane in
Huh.
Entourage. He's obsessed with Ari's wife, which is not a bad take.
I'll be the judge.
No.
Ari's wife was
but-
so great. They said her name once the entire show. I realized, like, in the middle of it, I was like, we don't know her name.
Ari Gold would have been a great villain pick. Oh my gosh.
It would have been an
He
unbelievable
would've-
villain pick.
I love Ari.
Ari's wife versus Sloane.
You can figure that one out. I'll do my next pick. That's a great pick, Jonah. Love
Thank
that.
you.
Sloane's better, period.
Thank you.
My other couple that I'm gonna go with, again, half Bachelor Nation, half non. I'm gonna go Princess Leia, who I think is all but confirmed to be on the beach. So
Yep.
we love Leia, and she's gonna be paired with someone who is gonna either match her energy or just be like, she'll vibe well with this person. And again, someone who's very comfortable on the beach. Some would say his job is beach. I'm taking Ken from the Barbie movie and Princess Leia. I think those two will work well together. I think the energy would be great. Again, this might be TMI, but I don't know how the sex life is going to work, because I don't know how Ken dolls can operate down there, but that's something they can figure out off the beach. But I think those two.
What version of Ken? Like Mojo Dojo Casa House Ken? Or like
I think you get beach Ken. I think you get the transition. I think
all the
she
Kens?
can change him. I think she will change him the way Barbie changed. Like Leia's our Princess Barbie, not Princess Leia, and she will change Ken. He'll start out, he'll walk in like, this is my Mojo Dojo Casa House.
Mhm.
And then no, like maybe this is
Barbie's
our
dream house.
Mojo Dojo
Leia's
Casa.
dream house.
Leia's dream house. Yeah. So I think there's a possibility for evolution there. I think that would be a cool love story to see between Ken and Princess Leia. Character growth, exactly. All right, girls. You have one more couple, and then your first golden.
Okay, we're throwing it back a little to my favorite paradise couple that I want to see back on that beach. Tasha and John Paul Jones.
Yes.
They were
Wow.
perfect. I wish that like they could have had their happy ending, but they're going to when they go back on the beach.
That would be
There you go.
incredible. I would
Yeah.
love to see JPJ. That's one of my favorite small storylines in Bachelor Nation. It's like, where in the world is JPJ? Because no one can find him.
He's perfect. I love John Paul Jones. I just sent Lizzie a TikTok that I made, I guess whatever year that was, of me just like talking about how much I love John Paul Jones.
That's incredible. All right, first golden.
Okay, so the first golden is one that you would probably not suspect, and that's Guy Fieri.
Oh, good pick.
Nice pick.
It's a great pick.
Good
Very
pick,
well done.
Lizzie.
I can't tell
Thank you,
if
thank
people
you.
are gonna love this draft or think we are batshit insane. I really have no radar for that, but
Odd is good. Odd is good.
yeah,
That's what my mom
I-
always says.
I like.
You know,
It's
yeah,
a good pick.
I feel like he'd just be like a good person to be on the beach because, like, I mean, he could cook for people,
Yeah,
but he's
Good
also
work,
just
man.
like a really cool guy.
yeah. I think he's just like a personality hire for the beach. He just hang out and
Yes. Well,
chill.
And he'd
yeah.
mentor.
Have I showed you guys that I have a sweatshirt that I got from Barstool that's like looks like an ugly sweater, but it just has Guy Fieri on it,
No, but I love
and it
that.
says "Welcome to Flavortown."
No, that rocks.
Yeah, I'll send you guys a picture of it.
Perfect.
It's so cool.
All right, back to me for Goldens. First one I'm gonna take is someone who I need to do a deeper dive into her lore because I see a lot and she just seems like a badass. And this mostly from TikTok. I do love her music. I'm taking Stevie Nicks of Fleetwood Mac. So
Oh,
I think a lot of people see the big thing on TikTok is her like when she's screaming that song at the one dude that she's in a relationship. I don't know all the lore, but like she's like singing the song to him on stage. It's like a dramatic moment. And I just love it. I love the energy. I think that energy on the beach would be great for the Goldens. She also recently said that she plans on living to 95. So I love calling the shot there. She's currently 76. So that means she's got 20 golden years to spend with someone. And I hope she finds that someone. So I'm taking Stevie Nicks.
love it. I'm I think I'm gonna follow suit in he's basically the Guy Fieri of the Golden Bachelor franchise, and that's Jack. Give me Jack. It's my real pick. I think he would have so much fun there. Cannonballs galore. If Guy Fieri gets sick and gets Montezuma's revenge, we'll put Jack on the grill. So, I think the two of them would be friends. So, I would love to see the Chicago man back in action on Paradise.
Good pick.
I was thinking him also. I was like, Jack would probably like be my pick. Like if I like wasn't trying to like get silly.
Yeah, I think that's like a safe. He's gotta get an invite at least. I don't know if he's gonna go, but he'll definitely get an invite.
So I've got like
Hope
5
so.
people that I'm debating between for these 2 picks.
Yeah, Golden was a tough
lot
category.
There's a lot of options here. With my first pick, I'm definitely layup here. I got to go with my mom, obviously.
She was on my board. She was
Get-
on my board.
Get my mom.
She was on our board too.
You didn't think I'd draft her? I wasn't gonna draft my mom. Yeah, get my mom on a paid vacation to Mexico with some single dudes. Come on, let her riz up some dudes. Like play some pickleball. She'd love that. She needs a break. She's retiring soon. Let her get her out there. So obviously I'm applying her for the Golden Bachelor. So, but if Golden Bachelor in Paradise works too. She likes the beach.
Yeah.
You're making your you getting drafted as a villain pick a little weaker here. That was very sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Some inventory here.
Oh,
Ladies,
and that
you
would
should watch out. He's coming for the team.
Yeah, we should put both of
My mom.
put you and you being the villain as your mom finds love on the beach would be
wingman,
crazy.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah,
And you and Tom Sandoval just hanging out. That'd be great.
that'd be cool too.
All right, who's your other? Golden?
Gosh, I'm debating between like so many people right here. Since I went with my mom, I feel like I should pick one of the dudes. I already did Danny DeVito. I'm gonna go with Steve Harvey.
Good pick.
Nice.
Yeah, I was debating between a couple people, but I think Steve Harvey fun. Obviously, got the stash. I think he's happily married. Probably, I think he's got a full family and everything. But get him on the beach.
I heard
He's a
they're
game
feuding,
show. He's
though.
a big personality. Yeah, they're feuding. Haha, nice. That's actually pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a good one.
Thanks. Appreciate it, guys. Everyone
Yeah.
acknowledge how funny that was.
It took me a few seconds, but that was good.
He's used to the camera, and he's a big personality, and I'm sure he'd do well. I'll bet he can riz up some of the golden glammies.
Yeah, I agree.
Good mustache.
Yeah,
All right, Jonah.
as good as mine.
Your other Golden?
I think I am going to go dead person here. Give me the ghost of Betty White.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait. Are you drafting the Ghost or are you drafting Betty White?
Well, I don't really want to necessarily have the cadaver around, so I think that the ghost and her essence is all we need.
Gotcha.
So, but still technically dead person, alive spirit. We should
Gotcha.
bring a lot of fire to the beach.
I don't know how the cameras are going to pick that up, but I do like the pick.
Yeah.
I also do not know that. I did not think about that technically. But it's Betty White. She can do anything.
Just imagining the shot of like the one-on-one interviews, and it just says Betty White's ghost, and it's an empty chair.
There you go. Perfect.
But you'd
It's
be
like-
able to feel the aura.
Yeah, like you would feel
aura.
it through the screen.
Yeah.
Gosh, this is so dumb. I love it. All right, my other Golden pick is similarly to White Lotus. I'm gonna take Jennifer Coolidge. I think that is a very entertaining person to have on
Oh
the beach.
yeah.
Obviously, people love to make the Gabby comparison, but I mean, Jennifer's one of one, and I think she would be phenomenal on the beach. Again, I have a lot of people who are comfortable in a beach setting. So Jennifer Coolidge will be right at home, and I think she would crush it on Paradise. And I think she would become like sought after by most of the Golden Grandpas down on the beach.
Agreed.
All right. Now we got the girls. You have one more golden, and then finally your twist to wrap up.
Okay, so our last golden that we are drafting, she's kind of like known, like Bachelor adjacent, maybe I would say. Kris Jenner, because
Susan
she,
Dupe.
yeah, Susan Dupe. So she would make all of the people on the beach do like double takes, like what? Are you Susan or are you actually Kris?
I think people would be able to know, to be honest. I know they look alike, but
Like, what? Are you Susan?
I mean, with a couple drinks in.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
I thought you'd go Lisa's Vanderpump here.
Eh.
No?
Wow.
Not
Wow.
a fan.
You got an Wasn't feeling it. All right. Good pick. What's your twist? I'm interested to see what people came up with here.
Nothing.
Okay, guys. Our twist is during the season, Greg Grippo runs down onto the beach and he's like, "Where is that girl Charlotte from the BachMakers podcast who put me number one on her men list? Because that's the one I want."
Was this pick
And yeah,
Charlotte's or Lizzie's idea?
Yeah. Who drafted this one? Whose idea was that?
Oh, it's Charlotte's.
I don't know.
In Charlotte fashion, I'm giving that 2 thumbs down. But bad
What?
Well, I'm
twist.
giving it 2 thumbs
Bad
up.
twist.
I give
I'm
that
here
a-
for it.
I-
I'll give you some thumbs up. I love you gotta shoot your shot.
Who you did too?
Again, also, yeah, it's like how do we make this about ourselves every episode? All right. That is a twist. I was gonna say that's a good twist. That's a twist for sure. People would not see that coming.
No one would see it coming.
No one would see it coming. All right, my twist is I have been in a Hunger Games kick. I just finished Sunrise on the Reaping. Great book. Review coming out shortly on the Good Time channel, so check that out. But my twist is that similarly to the sponsors that they get when you're in the arena, people can send gifts and like food and drinks. We can do the same, but with like alcohol. So, but it's super
Oh.
expensive. So like we're watching it live. So again, we're watching this live, but we can send, let's say Tom Sandoval for like $2,000. You can send him a shot of tequila live, and it just parachutes down, and he has to take it. But the contestants have to sign off on what their like wish list is. So they have a list of like, hey, for $5,000 you can send me this. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but that's how I envision it first. Or like $5,000 you can send me something, or 10,000 whatever. So you can have sponsored events. So it has to take place live in real time, which again creates logistical issues. But that's kind of where my brain is at. I haven't really figured out the details yet, but that's what I'm thinking for my twist.
Good
But what's
twist.
the twist in that?
What do you mean?
Like,
What the twist
Like,
is?
that's the twist.
It's
Like,
live, and you,
Yeah,
What-
no, that's a good. That's a good twist.
Charlotte. Sorry, I didn't. What do you mean?
I thought it was supposed to be like like it's supposed to be like, whoa. I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't have someone
would be
fall in love
pretty
with you on.
crazy.
That would be
That would
crazy.
be crazy.
If a parachute comes down and they
Okay,
have to like,
yeah, but that feels like illegal. Also, like take my alcohol. Like you have to take
All
shots.
right, $20,000. You can send a gun to the beach and just see what happens.
that also
Whoa.
seems illegal.
Just see what happens. They don't have to use it. Just see what happens.
You lost me. You lost me.
I would start a GoFundMe to send a gun to the beach.
Nope, that's
Maybe
weird.
not a
You don't
gun,
have
to- Let's
maybe
not
like
do that.
a sword, maybe like a machete.
yeah. Oh, like a Katniss Everdeen bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, maybe gun was too far. I walked that one back. Sorry, just getting excited there. That's my twist. Jonah, what do you got?
I went a similar route to you. I don't like when, someone new arrives on the beach and then, oh, you immediately get a date card? No, make them work for it. We're doing Fear Factor style challenges in order to earn date cards. Add a little more of the competition into the show. Maybe even get Joe Rogan to host it again like he did in the old days. And I would like to see them, eating pig's guts and getting buried alive. And then you get a date out of it.
I love that idea.
Thank
That's
you.
kind of like similarly like to that one episode of Traders when they had like all the bugs and stuff falling
Yes.
on them. Like that was great TV, even though it
It's
was
great
kind of
TV.
you couldn't really look away. And watching like Sierra from from Summer House
Summer
like doing
House.
that, like watching all of Bachelor Nation do that'd be pretty cool.
Mhm.
Obviously, it would suck for them, but
Yeah.
great TV, great content. So I'm here for that.
I feel
Um,
like I keep saying this: bring back Bachelor Winter Games. Like, bring back games.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We need a specific show for games. 'Cause
Yeah.
Paradise is not the place for games.
Um, okay, maybe that's inspiring. One of let's go for my first one. So it's just a regular season of Paradise, but
You only
then-
need one twist. There's not two twists.
Oh,
This is your last pick. Yeah.
Okay, it's my last. Oh my gosh. Okay,
This is Mr. Irrelevant here. You could
This
be
is
you
Mr.
could be
Irrelevant.
Brock Purdy though.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna add all my twists in one season. All right, so it starts off regular season. Obviously, Michael and Carolina are the hottest couple of the season, and then it ends with Jen being brought out, and she has to rewatch her finale,
Diabolical.
and then it's end scene,
And then Charity and Dotton get
and then Charity Dotton get another free vacation.
yeah. Yep.
Nice.
And then yeah, that's
It's a
Paradise.
good twist.
And I also was thinking potentially like if instead of being if you don't get a rose the rose ceremony, instead of being like sent home, you get sent with the Goldens.
Oh,
You just have to go live with the Goldens at the Golden Quarters. And you just go chill
I
with them.
never get sent home. I get to hang out with Charles Bell. Come on.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, you just go over there, and then you're kind of like the backups where like if someone wants you, like if someone new comes in, they're like, oh wait,
The bullpen.
they're like, yeah, there's like a bullpen. It's like a bullpen. It's like, oh whoa, he's over there with the Goldens. Like I'm gonna go get him or something like that.
I kind of love that. I
Mhm.
kind of love that. All right, that is our draft. We can run through some honorable mentions if you have any backups. I will put out a poll. You can vote for who had the best draft. That'll be on our Instagram page at BachMakers. Side note, I do have to grade Charlotte for her internship this semester, so I will be basing that strictly on how she performs on this draft. So if she gets dead last, I will write a very negative review and make sure she doesn't get class credit and has to retake a year of college because of this. So everyone, if you want to vote for Charlotte's team, vote for it, but we'll see how that goes. Any honorable mentions we want to run through real quick? Because I know Jonah has to dip out of here.
Oh wait, I was just thinking we were talking about twists because I think I didn't understand twist meant the whole season, but like they should do Casa more like on Love Island.
I like that. Like
That'd be fun.
like Temptation.
That'd be
Island
kind of
kinda.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
All the guys are
Well, I had
fold.
another-
They always fold every time. It
Yeah.
always sucks to see for the girls.
They
I'm
don't
like,
always fold. They just never get hot guys at Casa for the girls. That's just what it is. They just always get the hottest chicks.
We could talk about that when Love Island gets here.
Which they're doing a new spinoff.
Oh my
about
God.
that.
They're doing a show, a Love Island on Peacock, for like a new show with like PPG and their guys.
Said that.
I'm so excited.
All right.
It's gonna be
All right, real quick, super fast, rapid fire, honorable mentions. Girls, did you have any off your draft board that weren't done?
I also had an honorable mention for a twist being like a phone a friend type thing
Hmm.
where like the contestants could call someone they know outside of the island for advice.
Oh, I like
Ooh.
that. That'd be fun.
That's cool.
Any other honorable mentions from the girls? Is that it?
No.
Okay. Few I had for heroes. I had NBA insider Shams. I think he'd be fun on the beach. I think he'd be.
I mean, he just Waj, but worse, but slower. So
I mean, but
he's
he'd
not as
be.
good as Waj.
He would be great.
He's
on
got
the
good
beach, I
riz
think.
though. He's got good riz.
Yeah, he's got great riz. Maybe
Yeah.
Kay Adams can show
Dude,
up.
K Adams.
Kay Adams on the beach.
Get K Adams on
Get
the
Kay,
beach.
yeah. And then the only other honorable mention I had was a twist. Instead of taking place on the beach, it takes place in Roku City.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
I think that'd be cool to explore that world a little bit. Yeah. Jonah, do you have any honorable mentions?
honorable mention for a hero. I did seasons 1 through 6 of The Office. Michael Scott before
Okay.
him and Holly end up together. I think that would be a blast. Other than that, I don't really have a ton. I was doing a lot of reality TV crossovers, very topical. Watched a lot of Survivor the other night. I wouldn't mind Jeff Probst hosting Bachelor in Paradise. It would be an interesting little twist. That's all I got.
So maybe a couple of Jeff Probst and Jesse.
Sure.
Interesting couple.
They're like a hosting,
Oh.
a platonic hosting
and
couple.
they host, but they're also competing against each other, or something like that.
And they kiss.
Yeah, and they kiss.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
My only honorable mentions, I had Jason Tatum for hero.
Yep,
The boat,
of course.
obviously.
Well, he's
Nice.
busy winning at NBA Finals.
Yeah, he will be busy. And then Christopher Walken as for Golden.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Christopher Walken.
Kind of separate
and then-
there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I added that after the Irving B thing. And then Charles L.
Yeah, of
we didn't
course.
say
I
him,
feel
but
like he's
He was a
everyone.
given.
everybody wants him.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
wants him. And then that was it. Oh, I also had Voldemort, Thanos, and Darth Vader for villain.
Yeah.
Because I mean they're iconic villains.
Yeah. I think
So,
Thanos would be solid on the beach.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's our draft. That's our Paradise draft to get us in the brain mindset of Paradise. So that'll be coming up. We'll have coverage of that in the summer. Most pressing for us, we will be covering Secret Lives of Mormon Wives in a couple weeks. So that'll be very fun for us because
on that.
we have to recap. We will be recapping season 1 because neither of us have watched it yet. So we're going to binge watch that, recap that. But go vote on the BachMakers Instagram page for your favorite draft. Jonah, thanks for joining us today. As always, very
Pleasure.
great to have
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Go download
Great draft.
Bracketology, check it out, join our leagues for all that, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching this episode of BachMakers. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider joining our Patreon page, linked in the description below. It's $5, cup of coffee, and it helps support us a ton. Thank you, and maybe we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and from next week on the BachMakers, we shave Wyatt's head off.
Maybe. Only one way to find out.
By tuning in.
That was implied.
Back to you in the studio.
And cut.
Thanks, Julianne.